So,
Rocket Man! You don't have to be a rocket science to know this beer might be good.
welcome to the Tapping Out Show. My name is Jeremy. This is Matt, and we're going to do Rocket Science from Magnify Brewery out of Fairfield, New Jersey. This is something that we actually got from Icon out in Cyprus. Shout out to Icon. We try to get as much East Coast stuff as we can just because it's a little harder for us to get being out here in California. But, you know, a lot of this stuff is very popular. This is probably going to be more up Matt's alley. It's probably going to be very dry. It's probably going to be very hoppy.
Yeah.
So we're going to crack this one open and let you guys know what we think.
I just like trying new breweries as well. You never know what you're going to get into.
Ooh.
Especially look at this. Looks like a straight juice bomb. Looks like East Coast juice bomb.
It might be.
Almost like a lemony hef kind of color. But like I was saying, it's always good to try different breweries. Ones that are hyped up, ones that aren't. East Coast, West Coast. Middle America. It's always good to see what's going on.
It does smell pretty juicy, actually.
It smells like a juice bomb. It
kind of does, actually, which is weird because it doesn't say anything about having any citrus or anything really in it. It has a lot of hops. It's yellow, which is rare except for juice bombs.
Yeah.
It's not see-through whatsoever.
It poured just like a juice bomb.
It did, too. Yeah. There's a little carbonation to it. It smells really good.
We've had one East Coast juice bomb that I liked. I can't remember. I think it was a Trillium.
It was a Trillium, but you know what it actually reminds me of is that last juice bomb we had from Monkish. That's what it smells like to me. Real hoppy, kind of citrusy. It smells amazing.
Yeah, it does.
Screw it. Cheers. I'm not sure if that's what they're going for, but not to pigeonhole IPAs, but that is super juicy. It's actually not bad for a juice bomb. I'm not a juice bomb fan. I don't like juice bombs. You know.
I love the idea of it myself. I love juice and IPA, so that kind of makes sense. Some of them dry hop too much for me, or just too much of this and too much of that. But normally, it's like a automatic for me to like it. This is a good one, and you can tell it's got a little bit of East Coast flavor to it.
It's dry, yeah.
Definitely good. It's almost like East Coast, West Coast, East Coast version of a West Coast IPA style, right? I like it.
I like it.
It's even better that you like it because you're one of those IPA
snobs.
Snob is a nice word for it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they're really trying to go for the juice bomb concept, but it does. And like I said, I don't like juice bombs, but the way they did this, because it's not super juicy, but it's also really dry.
Yeah, it's not super juicy.
But you know what? I mean, the hop content to it is not overpowering, and I think that's why I like this so much. Even with the dryness, it's not like you couldn't drink a lot of these. And with the alcohol content on this, for this being that drinkable, is pretty amazing.
Yeah. There are some IBUs on there, but it's not very dry. I mean, not very bitter. Definitely blends well. Definitely tastes like an East Coast version of a West Coast beer. Like it. Alcohol content is good. It's good out of a can.
Yeah.
Some people don't like cans, like this guy over here. I would definitely give it a good rating. When I saw it pour out, I was pleasantly surprised because I didn't expect it to look like that.
Not at all.
And definitely, glad our friend at Icon told us to try this. Shout out to them. And what are you thinking on rating? I mean, do you agree with the average rating of about 4 or 4.25? Do you think it deserves a little bit more?
So we're going 1 lowest, high 5th, so it's 1 out of 5. Average seems about a 4, between 4 and 4.25. I'm actually going 4.5. 4.5 out of 5. I mean, I could drink this. I could drink a lot of these.
Yeah.
It's not super overpowering, yet it still has all the concepts of a basic West Coast style, but dry hopped like a New England or East Coast IPA. It's kind of juice bomby. It still has a real juicy flavor, even though I don't think it really has any juice in it. It's not like it's citrused out. It's purely a really great concept with a bunch of different types of hops that were brewed very specific to get this taste.
I was going to say that the 3 or 4 different kind of hops that they use, I think is really what gives a good flavor to it. This might be one of the best East Coast IPAs I've had. Normally, I like them, but they tend to be a little dry, a little bit this, a little bit that. But this definitely has really good drinkability, a lot of flavor, and it just seems to be
Well-rounded, period.
Well-rounded, almost like a combination of like 3 or 4 different good beers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of beers, you're like, oh, it tastes like this. It's like this version of that, or it's just like this. Like this is. I can think of a couple different juice bombs. It's almost like a couple different versions of some juice bombs that I've had, some West Coast ones, and then a couple versions of some East Coast.
Dry
hop
Halos.
ones. Yeah. So definitely good. I would say 4.5 is definitely a good number for this beer, and it's surprisingly better than I thought it was going to be.
Very pleasant. So it's going to be 4.5 out of 5 from the Tapping Out Show. This is the first time we've had anything from this particular brewery. It was very well done. So if you guys want to reach us, our email is going to be info@tappingoutshow.com. If you guys want to hit us up on social media, put it in the search engine. It's all one word. It's Tapping Out Show. You know what? Good beer.